Released in 2013, the Philips SHP9500s have become somewhat of an icon for open-back headphones under $100, with many people saying that they sound better than some mid-fi headphones from brands like Sennheiser, AKG, and other well-established brands. The SHP9500s can be had for roughly $70 to $80, and on a good day you can sometimes find them for much cheaper. Now, since this headphone has been on the market for a long time, I'll save the technical geeky spec stuff for you to find out on your own. It's all readily available, just go to Google. But I will say this headphone does feature 50mm neodymium drivers that are fairly efficient. The ear pads are very comfortable. The climbing force of these headphones is great, allowing them to fit comfortably around my big head. The ear cushions are this crazy mesh-like material that's very light feeling and soft. I think the build quality is fine, especially considering its price. It's virtually all plastic with a few exceptions. They don't creak either, which allows me to move my head around and jam to music with no problems. Okay, now time for the fun stuff, the sound. Well, I'll start by saying that even though these are fairly efficient headphones that will get decent volume out of a smartphone, all of my observations are based on my listening experience with my shit audio stack in the low gain position. I use my home desktop rig mostly because of the open back nature of these headphones. All of the music was streamed with my Tidal Hi-Fi account, and my songs consisted of pop, rock, hip-hop, R&B, and dance from the 80s all the way up to today. Okay, now this has been my most satisfying headphone purchase that I've had in a long time. The bass on these headphones is exactly what I expected. Now, will your friend with the 15-inch subs in his trunk like the bass? Absolutely not. Sub-bass performance is rolled off, but what did you expect from an open-back headphone? But your other friend who admires tight, detailed bass that never bleeds into the mid-range will love them. So if rap music is your thing, then you may want to look elsewhere. The mid-range is pretty good too, but I do have one issue, and that's with the mid-range and treble. First, I'll start with the good. Thankfully, the mid-range is forward and does not hide behind the bass. Voices are represented nicely and never sound muddy, but I can't help but want voices to be a little bit more forward, just a little bit. Now, I know some people will probably say that if the voices were any more forward, then these headphones would become shouty, especially considering the soundstage width. However, I would have to disagree. But that's not the bad. The bad is that the upper mid-range frequencies are a little tizzy and strident sounding to my ears, and this extends all the way to the lower treble frequencies too. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like the vocal and treble representation on these, but it can be a little too pronounced and unrealistic sounding up top at times. But if you feed these headphones quality bitrate music that's been mastered correctly, then you'll keep the tizzy sounds slightly at bay. Now onto the soundstage. I love it. Is it the widest soundstage I've listened to on an open back headphone? No, but its depth and precision is great in my opinion. You can really place where everything is. Tina Marie's Square Biz is one of my first tracks that I listen to when I get a pair of headphones. Why, you might ask? Because of the layers of the instruments found in the song and the fact that I think it's mastered well enough. The SHP9500s really allow you to pick out just where the horns, cymbals, vocals, bass guitar, and cowbells are. You'll hear cymbals shine closer to your ear, and just slightly behind and below that, a cowbell will make itself present. It's such a wonderful feeling, and something I want more of with my K7XXs. Yes, the AKGs have these headphones beat as far as soundstage width, but the depth detail is another story. So was the hype real? For the most part, yes. These are great sounding headphones. Are they perfect? No. But the day I find a perfect set of headphones is the day I should be able to walk outside, look in the sky, and see horses flapping their wings flying around clouds. Some people say that these sound better than the HD600s. Having no prior experience with those Sennheisers, I can't say, but I would be hard pressed to believe such a statement. From my experiences with the Philips, I like them, but they do have their downfalls to my ears. Now with that said, its current price is a little on the low side. I would actually spend more on these headphones and be just fine. Maybe $120 to $130 would be the most I would spend.
Wait on me, wait on me, wait on me, wait on me.